It's practice number 2. We're still kind of learning how to, how we want to practice, and part of that's some of my coaches, Jim's brand new, wide receiver coach is brand new. The only guy we got back on offense is Slade Nagel. So he kind of has to give those guys hints and clues about what we're getting ready to do next. But I thought it was a really good effort. My offensive line and defensive line coach are kind of taking things slow. They just got here a few days ago, so I think we'll, at the end of this week, after we get done Saturday's practice, which is going to be an uppers practice with shoulder pads, I think everybody will kind of be in sync with each other. But it was a good lively workout, a lot of energy, and I thought we got better today.
With all the new guys on staff, usually you learn about your players more in spring, but is it more of an evolution to learn about your coaches this time?
You're exactly right. It's totally different. I'm trying to go to each guy's drills and, learning his vocabulary a little bit. We've been meeting a bunch, so, then they got to learn our vocabulary too. It's sometimes they've been calling something. There's a few things that I tell them are non-negotiable. This is how we call it, and this is how we do it. There's some other things that, we'll go ahead and adapt to what they feel comfortable with. But yeah, it's us getting to know them and them getting to know us, and same thing with the players.
This is 2 years in a row now you've had to deal with staff changes literally at the last minute, almost as you're walking on the field for spring. We've heard so much about transfer portal and that part of the personnel, but how has that presented more challenges for you as you go into spring ball again, trying to
the coaching changes
yes.
and those things? Yeah, it does. Luckily, football coaches are generally hard workers, and they put in a lot of hours. And this Voda, I don't know when he sleeps. He's I usually get here a little earlier than him, but he stays up here a heck of a lot later than I do. I can't stay up that late as he does. But these guys have been meeting around the clock just to get everything implemented that we need to get implemented.
Does it help to have that depth? At running back, it seems like you guys
we do.
As deep as ever.
A couple of the guys are a little banged up, so it's good to have the depth so they're not in there going every single rep. And we're doing some two-back too. So in the past we've kind of been more one-back, and if you had 4 or 5 guys, that was pretty good. But as that's a position that you can all of a sudden go from 5 to 2 in a hurry. We had one game where we went to 6 to 1. So it happens that way sometimes.
First impressions of Carson Hagar. He's not very big, but it looked like he made some.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got a lot of arm talent.
Well, he played with a really good high school, and he had 5 Division I receivers that he was throwing to, and he's got a really compact, quick delivery, and he's really accurate. And if I haven't said this to Jim yet, but there was a quarterback that I had when I was coaching. I handed the reins off to Jim, their Central Missouri guy named Eric Cerneski, who ended up being the Harlan Hill Award winner at Division II. He reminds me of Eric a little bit, just to how quickly they get the ball out of their hands. And that's some people, a lot of times you judge a guy on how strong his arm is, but he's got a long delivery, and that took a little while to get there. And Carson really gets it out of his hand quickly.
Your initial impressions of Ashad Clayton, and I guess Lawrence Keys, 2 transfers, 2 guys from here.
Yeah, we're just excited about having these guys come back, and Lawrence played at McDonough 35, went up to Notre Dame, wanted to come back home. Great speed, great movement. We think he can be an impact player for us, and the same thing with Ashad. He's from Warren Easton High School, played for Jerry Phillips, former Greenway football player, and he's bigger than I thought he was. He put on probably 15, 20 pounds from high school, and he's able to run the ball in between the tackles, but he's also got enough speed to get out on the perimeter. Both those guys should play a bunch for us.
Any other questions for Coach?